The USGBC is a nonprofit organization that is really known as the leader in green building design around the world. But really, it's a network of people who have come together, whether they're from the architecture and design industry or construction or manufacturing, around the idea that we can work together to make the biggest problem in climate change part of the biggest solution together.
I've been a part of the chapter since it started. What I remember is after Green Build, what eventually became like the core founding group, they came back all excited about USGBC and the possibility of starting a chapter here. So we started having meetings and sessions about what's it like to create a chapter, what are the requirements? And then we started digging into it and finding out, well, here's the requirements, can we meet them?
The world was kind of waking up to the idea that we're using too much energy. We need to do something different. Now that we've been around 20 years, we have the benefit and value of having some veterans who have done this for a while give some coaching to some young passion and to hopefully help them channel their energy in an efficient direction.
For myself personally, the connections that I've made in the local chapter of the Green Building Council have helped me at different stages in my career, either just having a network of friends to bounce questions off of, and even when I've transitioned between jobs, I've been able to evolve my career into more of a sustainability focused role, largely due to a lot of the connections that I've made in the chapter here.
Just having that community of people to bounce questions off of, especially when things come up at work regarding, LEED or trying to convince a client to go a certain route that leads to a more higher performing building. I think it's always really helpful, and I think my involvement with USGBC has really helped me convey those ideas to clients and get them on board with a lot of these concepts.
I've seen a lot of evolution in the green building market over the years, and I think it's worth stating that Kansas City is very much leading the way now, and it's really set an example, I'd say, for other communities throughout the country, but particularly in the region, to look to as an example of what you can do.
Over the last 20 years, we've certified over 400 buildings across the Kansas City region, and that includes over 37 million square feet of buildings. About 40% of that is offices, and about 18% is things like manufacturing and warehouses. And what we've been building an average of 2 million square feet per year of LEED certified space, whether it's certified silver, gold, or platinum as the ranking goes in LEED certification. But you see that really spread out across all zip codes, all parts of the city, all parts of even the region. It's not just concentrated in our downtown or in Overland Park or wherever. It really is spread everywhere.
In Kansas City, I would say the most recognizable and substantial building by size and impact was the Kansas City Airport. So we solely managed the LEED certification, which achieved gold certification. The project was on time and on budget, which is also pretty remarkable. Some other firsts that are worth mentioning: we just certified Hill's Pet Nutrition. It was the first project in the region to get both LEED and WELL certification, LEED Gold, WELL Platinum. The first women's sports venue of anywhere was the Kansas City Current, and it's very close to its certification. We'll be celebrating that very soon. So certainly quite a few firsts. And then there's other projects that are just as dear to my heart, such as K-12 schools. We've worked on 5 K-12 schools at Shawnee Mission School District, 5 in Park Hill School District, and 3 in Kansas City, North Kansas City School District.
While we've arrived at a generational shifting point, and we see that we now have the technology and the opportunity for green buildings on every project we touch, looking ahead the next 20 years, I think it's really about creating a livable future that we can all be hopeful in, and that we can that everyone can thrive in. So my hope for the U.S. Green Building Council Central Plains in 20 years is that we're getting there, that we're doing the good and hard work, that we're still hopeful, that we're still accomplishing great projects and pointing to excellent examples of where neighborhoods and communities and buildings and spaces and parks are working together to create the background for all of us to live excellent lives that we're excited about.